Thank you. Shout out. Hey, what's going on? Shout out to everybody here. Sorry. God bless everybody for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. That's weird. Huh. Strange. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. No worries. I was just putting the lemon in the water, so we're good. Bitcoin, struggling. I got stopped out of break even. That's all that really happened after last night's long on the 4-hour time frame. Let's break down what I see happening for BTC. So last night I saw this falling wedge breaking to the upside, right? It did break out, right? We got in somewhere right here when we pumped. When I woke up, I was up. Then we came up, then I came down, then right here, then I did put a stop. Maybe I'm still in. No, yeah, I got stopped out of break even. I was right there at break even. It pinged me. I just want to see if we can stay back above that 200 MA, maybe make some type of inverted head and shoulder. We may even make a flag, something like this. To me, right now, it's all about the 200 MA on the 15-minute. If we lose it, we're going to drop kind of a head and shoulder there. It's also Thursday. Let's talk about unemployment. I was waiting on unemployment. We were all waiting on the information. How do you read this? Well, it was forecasted 214. The previous was 208. You want it higher than 214. Why? Because you want the Fed to feel like they have to raise rates. If the Fed feels like they have to raise rates, then they will raise rates, right? And why would they feel that way? If the economy feels like it's struggling, they'll say, lower rates, cut rates. They'll cut the rates if they feel like the economy's struggling. If the economy's doing great, they'll say, okay, we're going to keep it flat. So if this was like lower, they'd be like, oh, look at unemployment. But unemployment now has raised, showing some, problems in the economy, meaning they have to cut the rate. I'm telling you right now, my premonition right now for 2025 is that it'll be iffy. It'll be sketchy. It'll look like some tough times. It'll look like everyone will say recession. There'll be a lot of fear out there. But what will happen is they'll eventually have to print money. And when they print money, stocks are going to fly to the moon. And that's what I'm telling you. And it looks like they're going to start printing somewhere by June, July on a heavy scale. So you tell me, it is what it is. But that's what we see happening. That's my prediction. That's just my straight up Nostradamus prediction for you. And again, you take it with a grain of salt. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, as it says right there down below, okay? So bang. But yeah, so unemployment came in, and that was good for risk on assets. Bitcoin did not take a nasty dump. Had that been low, we could have seen a nasty red candle for BTC and the rest of the market. So what we're seeing here is a likely bounce as far as I'm concerned, and sideways price action. I'm looking for the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder to pump us further back to the upside. We're going to do a top-down analysis for us so you can see kind of where we are right now. We're looking for the 1 hour to bounce and slowly get tight inside that zone there, okay? And we're looking for this right shoulder to form for Bitcoin. A bit of a cup, Sammy, cup and handy, right? Every single day we do the same things over and again. The Sammy, cup and handy, we pull the fib. We look for the bounce off the Fibonacci's, the 786 and the 618 area, the boom, right? So this is what we do every single day, all the time, all right? Please pray for my mother. She's 69, broke her back, heading into surgery now. Much love and appreciated. Man, how do you break your back? Jeez Louise. A moment of silence, man. Pray for Anukai's mom. She broke her back. Dear Lord, please make the doctors help her the best way possible. Help her recovery, become great. And when she's 73, 74, she's walking, looking at the flowers, and everything's okay, man. God bless your family. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right. And God bless you. Let's bring that music back up and running. Yeah. Jupe has a buyback next week. It's going to pump hard, man. Jupe is awesome. I love what Jupe's doing. Let's take a look at BTC on the bigger time frame. Things have been flat. Things have been tough. All coins have been getting absolutely annihilated, which has been crazy. Absolutely crazy to see, right? So that's also been tough. And there we go. First thing we're going to take a look at is the monthly. All right, we just had a monthly close. I'll take a wick on the monthly to the upside. You know what I mean? That will tell me there's buy pressure. That tells me things are okay. And as I showed you, like, we could be in for some sideways price action like this. The monthly just goes like that. The 21 catches up. If that happens, we're in for a real super cycle where, like, the monthly just starts to really erupt. People really bought. The floodgates opened up. When the biggest people started to buy, it made the biggest people realize they had to buy too. See, there's people still laughing at Bitcoin worth like, almost $1 trillion. They're sitting there like, we run this world, But I think eventually they'll even be challenged by the movement of Bitcoin. I think their own consciousness will get, eventually they're going to be like, wait, what the? Because it happens at every level. Someone was worth 10 mil, right? The 10 million people that were worth 10 mil 5 or 7 years ago, and then Bitcoin was doing its thing, right? And they were like, oh, whatever, oh, that's so funny, that cute little thing, that little Bitcoin. Now, those people are buying, right? They're buying at $100,000. And I used to tell them, my richest friends, I used to look at them in the face. I said, you're going to be buying at $100,000. I said, you will be buying Bitcoin at $100K, and you have a chance to get into $3,000 right now. I said, this will change your life. A buddy of mine was worth 50 mil. I said, if I was worth 50 mil, I'd peel off at least 8 mil right now, and I'd get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin was like $1,000. I'm telling him this. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, you're broke, bro. Why'd I got to listen to you? And I said, I know, but I said, I got some crazy ideas, man. I said, this could help you become a billionaire, bro. I said, you put $8 million into Bitcoin right now. So he was worth like 50 mil at the time, right? Bitcoin was worth about $3,000. I begged him to put 8 mil in. I really wanted 10, but I said 8 mil is all you need. So I told him to peel off 8 mil of his 50 mil. So he would have peeled off about a little over 20%. Now, high risk, someone would have said that's extremely risky. Look, and again, so he would have gotten 8 million divided by 3,000, right? He'd be sitting on, and then you times that now by, let's just say 100K. And look, he'd be sitting on 266 million. He'd be sitting on a quarter bill off of 8 mil. And I explained this to him. And I said, I have a way to make you more money than you've ever dreamed of. I said, and you just got to make one thing. You got to buy Bitcoin. He didn't listen to me. I did it with the money that I had. And I tried to tell everyone I knew to do it, but they didn't listen to me. Anyway, it's all good. It is what it is. But that was just one idea of how much money could have been made. And all you had to do was slice off less than 20% of a net worth. And look what would have happened. It would have ballooned. Your 20% of your net worth would have quadrupled, would have 5x'd your entire portfolio. And it happened in like 6 years. It wasn't that much. Like, imagine making 8 mil to 266,000. So if you put 8 mil in Bitcoin at $3,000, you'd be sitting on look at the 666s too. It's kind of crazy, right? All right. But that's the one thing that has got people kind of like, wow, woulda, shoulda, coulda, Again, I feel like there's still a moment here for Bitcoin. I see it going very, very high by 2028. By 2030, I firmly believe you're going to see a $500,000 Bitcoin or more. I'd like to stay conservative. Other people are throwing out 2-3 mil and all that stuff. I say $500,000 by 2030. We have 5 years to get to 500K. It's very doable by the amount of money I see pouring into the market. And yeah, I went all out today, man. I got the 3-piece on. I got the cufflinks on. I just went all out today. After being chilling yesterday, Gary Cardone hanging out with a bunch of people, realizing the broad structures that are being put together here with the banking industry. And we had real people that were in real estate for years, tokenizing, using cryptocurrency as an asset form, explaining to family offices. Family offices are basically wealth management from when you're in a family worth 50 mil to 100 mil, you have to hire an office for like $1 million a year. And what they do, that office itself, you get 3 or 4 people, you're paying $250,000 a year. Maybe one guy gets like 120. He's the office clerk or something. But then you have a management, and then what they do is they manage your funds. They buy farmland for you. They buy properties for you. They may buy Bitcoin for you, right? And their job is to research how to keep you stable and continue to grow your wealth, right? So they have to go to these conferences. So Gary Cardone opened up this conference to family offices. They showed up. And I mean, I'm sitting there around people that are managing hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm sitting, it was, and he's on a high level. He's bringing in people on a high level, explaining. And one thing you have to realize, everything's going to get tokenized. You're so early. If you're in this industry, there's a position for you to make millions of dollars, even if you don't know how to trade. You don't even have to know how to trade. Just be a part of this industry. Learn how to code. Jump on, become part of a project. So many of these projects make money every day. Reach out to a coin, say you like it, say, is there anything I could do? Sign up to a Discord, start riding. There is so many opportunities in cryptocurrency. It's not just trading and running after ish coins. There's real infrastructure here. There's real opportunities to make something of yourself. This is a real industry that's really at the very beginning stages. If you can get started now, you're going to be an expert in 8 years. Everyone's going to come to you. You're going to be the people that were here first. Understand that. The world will expand. More people are going to come in. It's going to tokenize the whole world, and you're going to be at the forefront and at the structure of it because you were here at this show, getting the education when it all started, when it began. I'm not just here doing TA. I love charts and all that, but don't get me wrong. I am about pushing the overall adoption of cryptocurrency across the world. That's why we go live every single day. That's why we don't take a day off every single day. We push cryptocurrency. We push the adoption of progress, right? Financial freedom through cryptocurrency. It's just, that's really what I'm all about, right? It's about realizing that we've been trapped inside of a financial slavery for a long time. It's time we free ourselves of financial slavery. It's finally we push ourselves to, to our limits. And again, it means researching when we're come home tired from work. It means pushing ourselves to the limit. It means not sitting and being okay with mediocrity. Everyone I know in cryptocurrency eventually said enough was enough. I'm going to do something different with my life. I'm not going to sit here. That's what brought us all together. So when you go to a cryptocurrency meeting, you're around a bunch. It's almost like you're around a bunch of cowboys that all went to the Wild West. And who would you want to be? You want to be on the train in the conservative car, where everyone's just waiting their turn? Or do you want to be on the Wild West riding a stallion across the wide plains? You know what I mean? And then you come up across another group, and everyone in that group is someone that was willing to go the extra mile. And that's really, when you're around a bunch of people that are willing to go the extra mile, very interesting. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's, I want to make sure I'm not on log. It looked like I was on log for a second there. And that's another reason why you want to push yourself to your limit. Your frequency gets raised and you end up hanging out with people that push themselves to their limit. Like, let's just say there is a town with a high, it's a high tax town and, it has a lot of amenities, right? And, richer people live in that town. So you work really hard and you end up in that town. And then, you think it's all, when you're middle class, you think it's all rich snobs because you don't have money. And whenever you go near a rich town, and I'm just telling you how I felt. I grew up, middle class in Boston. Whenever I went near a rich neighborhood, I was always like, oh, there are probably some people that won't talk to me. They think they're better than me. There's this feeling of like, I don't know, like low self-esteem when you come from lower money. That's just, I don't know, especially when you're middle class, Boston, hardworking, you're supposed to be an iron worker or, a school teacher like my parents or like, So, and again, iron workers make good money though. My dad stacked 100, 200 grand a year, man. He was back in the 80s and the 90s, no joke. So let's take a look. The idea is, though, you push yourself to your limit every day and you find yourself around people that do that too. And your life changes because those are the people you hang out with every day. You're staring at the Bitcoin price every single day and that's everything. We got to zoom out. I really want my whole group to zoom out right now. This is how we get through this tough time. You've got to zoom out. You've got to see the bigger picture here, okay? I'm not panic selling a dime. I'm holding my Solana, my biggest position. Some of the smaller coins, yeah, they're pretty sketchy now. But I took a shot. I put what I was willing to lose, and I was committed to that. And I have to be okay with what happens no matter what. I have to be okay with what happens no matter what. Anyway, I think this is, you guys are begging for the chart, screaming at the 15 and all this, and you might be, scalping on a low volume Thursday after with unemployment this morning. If you think this is going to be your biggest, today may be your biggest trading day. I don't want to put anybody down, but the odds are very low that it is. All right. It's Thursday. And honestly, I don't know why, but the last week and a half have felt, ever since Trump coin kind of waved through, everyone's waiting on news. This last week felt like the summer. Slow drawing price action, altcoins dripping. I was like, this reminds me of July and August, man. It was the weirdest thing. Like the last 3 days, and it's been hot here in Florida. I'm like, is it the summer again? Like, why is price action so dang boring, right? But I'm going to break it down for you. It is dumping. There's money to be made on the short side. All right. Yeah. Poor people, like I was even more hungry and self-esteem will not be expanding and have high dreams. Honestly, yeah, the lower they push me, the more I wanted to push myself to the upside, 100%. I can feel that. I can feel that. And today really is like a mentality stream, okay? We're going to go over the charts a lot, but it's really about building ourselves up mentally, all right? Yeah, Trump coin did demolish alt season, man. Again, I can't. I'm just got to call a spade a spade. It is what it is. It was tough. It is not recovered. A few coins here and there, but man, it blew a lot of people to smithereens for sure. All right, if you made it through that and you're like back emotionally and ready and mentally strong, then you're ready to go. You know, I've bounced back from so much pain. I told everyone, you know, I went through a lot of pain in my life. I'm not going to mention it anymore. I've been mentioning it too much lately because it's been on my mind. And you know what it is, but I'm not going to mention it. But, you know, when you go through the things I went through, eventually you're just like, you know, it's just money, man. I'll make money again. Make sure you're taking care of your time. That's important. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day. The last 3-day candle. Let's take a look because we just closed last night on the 3-day chart. So we opened at 97,759 cents. The high was 102,501 penny. The low was 91,231 even. And the candle would close at 96,612 and 43 cents, down $1,088.16, down 1.11%, right? So that's our 3-day candle. Now we're already starting green with the nice bump from last night. However, we hit some type of resistance here and we're having some issues. You can see there is going to be 3-day resistance at 99,500. Resistance. These two candles. So you're going to want to see a close above 99.5. We're getting very tight inside the zone. Okay. It's a bull pennant on the weekly. However, things do change when you change time frames. It's more of an ascending triangle. And that's that double top. Are we going to continue to collapse to the downside? I'll tell you what, I wish I was a soothsayer and I could tell you what's going to happen. What I can do is I can study the charts on multiple assets around the world, which I've done for you constantly. And I can basically put in data sets through my mind. So what I did is I studied Walmart, the chart of Walmart, 20 years. And I studied the 3-day, the daily, the weekly, the 2-week, monthly. I looked at candles. I looked at sets. I looked at how the moving averages worked. I looked at everything. And I obtained about 80%. I have like, I don't want to say I have a photographic memory, but I have one of those like pattern recognition brains where like once I take in something, it kind of stays with me. Like at school, I barely paid attention and then I did better than my sister that studied. And she'd be like, how? Like, how is that possible? And I was like, I just needed to look at it for a couple times and I'm going to remember it, you know? And that's really a skill that I have that I use. And again, Sam, but I'm just trying to explain something to you, why you would pay $99 a month, why you would watch me. Because I do have a special brain and I use it for these purposes. And so I ran through Walmart, I ran through gold, I ran through silver, and I traded gold and silver for years too. So my subconscious mind took that in. I was traded the Toronto Stock Exchange for 8 years before I even got into cryptocurrency. Then I got into Bitcoin. I traded Canopy Grow Corp. I was speculating in marijuana stocks. I was doing so many things before I even got into Bitcoin, everybody. I've been trading since I was 24. I'm 42 years old. So I've got years of data for you. And every once in a while, I'll be honest, that subconscious mind and the data combine, and I'm able to see something that I know is like, I get a high probability call inside my mind. I don't watch any other YouTuber. I don't feed off anyone else's TA. I stay in my own little world. I stay isolated in my zone, and I'm able just to see things. So one thing I'm seeing right now, all right, and this is how I trade too. So everyone says, is this an M that's going to dump us, Sam? This is the question right now. There's a lot of people that are short right now up here. Let me explain something to you. When we trade, right? Everyone says, oh, we went up. Everyone says they like to know what's happening. And they're like, oh, we went to liquidity. Like they draw this line, right? And they'll dump us. And then everyone's like, well, but everyone's up here because there's a shorts, you know? So we go up. And it's like, well, everyone's down here because they think we're going to pump. So they come down. Like, but everyone's up there. So, and everyone knows where liquidity is, right? My point is when there's chopping up and down, everyone knows where price action is going to go. But how do we go up then? What makes us pump like this? Well, where do we get liquidity? There always has to be people who are projecting the future and believe they know what's up. And they're actually creating it. So like a lily pad, a frog is here on the lily pad. I'm not even going to attempt to draw a frog. All right. And he hops to the lily pad. And he's going to hop from lily pad to lily pad. What the heck am I talking about? Pepe the Frog? What am I saying? Am I out of my mind? What the heck is going on here? No, I'm talking about how price action has to grab. It's very similar to a monkey swinging from a tree. Say there's a tree higher. How does he get to the next tree? He's got to go up there and grab it, doesn't he? What is he grabbing? He's grabbing something, okay? How does price action go up? It's got to grab something. Understand? You see what I'm saying? Price action has to grab something. It can't just go up. Price action can't go to nowhere. Like, it can't climb a ladder that doesn't have a rung. Understand? So what the heck is going on? It's the shorts. They're all short up here. They've got tons of stop losses. They've provided a lot of liquidity here. So this top is awesome. I mean, you need this because think about it. We've already had everyone buying in. We have a lot of good news events. Now we need a short catalyst. So if this didn't double top, how the heck would we liquidate everybody up here? You see what I'm saying? You need this double top right now. It's actually glorious. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread that could have happened to Bitcoin. All right. At the same time, I listen to Mark Douglas, who's a trader older than me. I listen to people older than me. And I listen to people that know more than me about the market because I'm a beginner. I've only been in the market 20 years. Like, I'm a beginner. This guy's been in the market 40, 50, 60 years. They got more time than me. The guys that are 75, they've been trading since they were 25. They got 50 years in the market. They got me beat. I'm listening to the INC because I have 20 years. I know who to find that has more time than me because I can see who has more time. A couple old guys I like to watch. There's a few people I like that are awesome. But Mark Douglas is a key person trading in the zone. And what he tells me is anything can happen at any time, Sam. And you must always adhere to that in trading. So I like to tell you guys what's going to happen, but I got to be old school and stick to the basics. And the basics from a mentor to mentor is anything can happen. So this could be an M. The measured move of the M is here. Why? Because the M would make a beautiful M pattern, okay? And then it would break to the downside and hit this key level. You see? So I'm not ruling out 77,600. It's still a very strong possibility. The 618 golden pocket right there. I mean, whoa. But I'm telling you what, man, the enticement of people shorting above this double top is going to be a ladder rung. So it's right now they're creating a ladder rung. They don't even know it right now. But so again, BOOKMAP doesn't show it. It doesn't show shorts up there. It doesn't show a lot of stop losses up there. It only says a little bit there at 98.9. It says we're going lower. It says everyone's long right now, and they're going to take out 95.5. BOOKMAP suggests we're going lower. BOOKMAP's not always right, all right? Or maybe it is right. Like maybe these people actually win the trade and we go up. There's a stop right there at 99,000, though. I'll tell you that. But all the liquidity brings us from 96 to a big glob at 95.5. Then there's some gaps. And then there's a lot of liquidity down here between $90,000 and $89,000. All right. Those are key areas that we're looking for here. So if you go by BOOKMAP, which is 80%, I mean, or even more. I think it's even more than that. I've never I should track it. And you guys could track it. Your subconscious minds can track it if you come to the stream enough. Dan, we're about to lose 97.2 again. It's no good. So this is still a huge possibility. We're going to 79, 78,000, 77K, this area here. It's very possible. All right. You can't say it's not going to happen. I don't want to be, and again, like Sam, but you just said there's liquidity up there. How can I trade, Sam? You said two things. 100%. How do you trade? How do you play chess against someone? He's sending you two things. You don't know what he's sending you 5 things. You're playing chess. You're playing chess right now, everybody. You don't know what they're going to do to the market. Stop telling yourself you do. All you can do is look at it each day and take a probability call on it based on what you know. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying should be taken as financial advice, but what I can do is provide you the education and the likely probabilities because I've seen a lot of the market. Doesn't mean I'm going to be right every time, but if I'm consistent, if I show up more than most, it means I will be right more better than most. But look, also there's an exaggerated bearish divergence here. That swings down while that stays flat. I mean, and some would say, yeah, that's what broke us down to 90,900. And we got broke up from that. So the bullishness here is that the 3-day candle is attempting to close its next candle green. We have 2 days and 9 hours. We just started, right? The stochastic is headed back to the dotted line, and we're hugging a higher low. And a huge wick is telling a story that, like, you know. But again, I've seen huge wicks get taken out before. Where's the last time I remember this huge wick? I thought for sure that there's no way. And we eventually took that wick out, see? Now, this one we never did. It was ginormous. That's one of the biggest wicks I've ever seen, and that is one of the biggest. Usually, but that was one of the biggest liquidations in history. It was bigger than FTX. It was bigger than COVID. So how the heck, if it took the entire biggest liquidation in history for us to be in the trend line, then how the heck are we going to the downside? Logically, that doesn't make any sense, right? Because think the whole world gave it everything they had. It's as if you made a barn door and the guy, like one guy tried to kick it in, and then they brought in a guy like 6'10", like 500 pounds, and he tried to kick the door in. Like, he couldn't kick the door in. You'd all be like, all right, that's the biggest guy we have. They did everything we could, and they still didn't kick the door in? You know? I mean, the 3-day candle couldn't even close outside of the chart. They couldn't get a bearish close. The bears could not get a bearish close with the biggest liquidation in the history of Bitcoin. So, you know, again, I'm not supposed to be logical. I have to be a bot. A bot doesn't do that. A bot just goes 21-day moving average, bing, 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 you know, stochastic slow, you know. So I teach my students and myself to trade like a bot. And so here we are. Let's take a look at the stochastics RSI. They're still pointed down, but at any moment they could double bottom or make a rip. But they're pointed down, but they're in the loaded zone. Like they're when you should start getting a double bottom. You should start. They don't get much lower than this, the stochastics RSI, right? And you're hugging a higher low, and falling wedges break up 68% of the time. So you're in a falling wedge on the daily time frame. I was really close to opening up a trade on the daily today with a stop below that wick. Just like on my, you know, I make these big trades like once and 4 times a month. I trade my BTC USD account. All right, I want to turn basically 0.3 Bitcoin into as many Bitcoins as I can. Right now I'm at like 0.48. I got it to 0.55. I took some hits. I'm at 0.48 right now. But again, how great is this? Started when Bitcoin is 30K. Put in 0.3 Bitcoin, which is 10,000. Bitcoin's now 97,000, right? And it's a little under half a Bitcoin. So you're turning $10,000 into about $43,000. That ain't bad, man. And if you even did that in a year, that's amazing. And now you got more Bitcoin too. If Bitcoin goes to 500 grand, just think about it. You actually just turned 30,000 into, I mean, you know, into a quarter bill. I mean, into 250,000 into a quarter mil. So just stay positive. Realize you don't have to have these huge. Before anyone made these massive leverage gains, let me tell you a story. Before anyone posted huge leverage gains, 100%, 20x, 100x, people still made tons of money in the market, everybody. Oh my God, what? Yes. Mind blown, right? Just spot and swing trading, you can still make, you know, people bought homes, people went on vacations, people made life-changing wealth without leverage. Understand? You know what I mean? People are like, no. Yes. Yes, I did. I didn't use leverage to basically begin my journey to become financially free. What really got me out was Bitcoin, was DCAing into Bitcoin over 7-8 years. It was just a long haul, just staying true to myself no matter what anybody told me. That's what made happen. So it was mentality. And that's why I teach mentality over, you know, more than trading as much. Because if you have a strong mentality, you're going to make it in trading. But if I just teach you how to make it in trading and you make some good trades, but you have a weak mentality, eventually the world's going to get to you. You're probably going to do something stupid with that money and you're going to end up broke again. So I want to teach you how to stay rich for the rest of your life. How I do that is teach your mind to stay rich. I teach you how to have a wealthy mind. Once your mind is wealthy, you can never go back to being poor again. Understand? No way. It's just impossible. You'll work 12 hours a day. It doesn't matter what happens. You'll look at any industry. You'll size it up. I tell you how to be rich, anybody. Move to any town. You know what I mean? Work for an industry that you like for 2 to 3 years, maybe 4. Stack as much money as you can. All right? Learn that industry like the back of your hand, right? If it's pizza, learn how many deliveries they do a day. I don't care if you have to sit outside on your day off and count the deliveries. I don't care what you have to do. Find out how late they open, when they open. Find out their areas of delivery. We only do 3 miles. Expand yours by 4 miles. If they close at 11, you close at 12:15, 12:30, right? Have half off deals after 11 p.m. so people go to yours and wait. You know what I mean? Just rip the competition a new one and work 7 days a week. 5 years from then, It will take 8 years. You'll be the biggest pizza shop in town. You'll have all the money. You'll be a multimillionaire. It's simple, man. Anyone could do it. You just have to want it more than anybody else. And I use the pizza shop as an example. It doesn't matter what it is. You grind until you win. You take it. You just push, man. And you know what I'm telling you right now is 99% of people aren't going to do it. They're just not going to do it. So right now, there's 5 or 6 businesses in your local area right now that you could crush right now because they're just not doing it the lifer way. They're doing it the normal way. And they're making good money and they're cushioned. But and again, people don't like that when you move into town and blow up their business. I get it. But hey, man, that's why we call it a free market, baby. All right? I rolled into town on this YouTube thing and I basically definitely disrupted the market. They're like, who's this YouTuber who doesn't take a day off? And they all started rolling their eyes because they had a cushy little life where they only had to stream a couple days a week. And I changed that. I said, no. I don't know if you've noticed, but I see people working harder in the space, and I really think it's because of what the lifers have brought to the table, man. People know. You know what I mean? People know. So I'm looking at this daily as a possible move here. That's a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, and that takes you up to about 114,000. I haven't made this trade yet, but I'm starting to piece it together. What I'm looking at is hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. This is swinging up, but we're starting to swing down here on the stochastics RSI, on the RSI. So take a look. You're basically flat at this point, maybe a little uptrend, but that's a beautiful uptrend. All right. And you took a nasty wick down, so it just, I don't know, it shows, remember 97.2. Right now we're battling 97.170. We're right at that level that I talk about on the weekly. I would not want to see the daily close below 97,200. Wouldn't be a good look. So we're looking for this move back to the upside off the bottom of this trend line. That's what I want to see. I like my 22 and I like my 12-hour. They're little snipe time frames. They've helped me when the daily's been confusing. They back me up and kind of show me some insight that I can't tell you how many times the 22 has got me out of a jam when the daily was a little sketch. I actually want to show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you something that's going to blow your mind. This will blow your mind. If you're really a nerd like me and you're into the charts the way I am, you're not going to tune out right now. You're going to tune so deep in because I'm about to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? Let's go to the all-time history index. When I'm about to tell you, man, I shouldn't tell anybody. Honestly, I shouldn't because it's such gold, man. So watch this. We'll take away the moving averages for a second. It'll only take me a minute. We'll get right back to where we are because I know you guys want to see what's happening to Bitcoin and you're freaking out because we're dumping and you're like, what's going on, Lifer? You got to show us the Lifer. No! But the Lifer loves to teach, and I got these teaching moments. So Bitcoin was doing some funny stuff here on the daily here. I'll always remember this. The stochastics RSI go from bottom to top. All right? They go from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. And there was this period where they went up, then they came down. They didn't hit the bottom. They went up, they came down. They didn't hit the bottom. And I like the long when we hit the bottom, so I was like, what's going on here? And look, they never hit the bottom on 4 rotations. Look, you'll never see this again. Or you mean I don't know, but I've never seen it before. Again, since then. Look. It's never happened since then. A couple, not bottoms, but not 4. Never seen it before. So it was an anomaly to me, and it was stressing me out because I couldn't figure out the market. I couldn't figure it out. Because I wanted a long, but they kept, like, you get what I'm saying? And I was like, man, what's going on here? I said, why are the stochastics not reaching the dotted line? Because I study the chart so much, it threw me off. So look what I did. I switched to the 22-hour. And I saw that in that exact place in time, all right, which was right here, this low period here, they were, in fact, hitting the dotted line every single time perfectly. 1, 2, 3. So I used the 22-hour to long these lows, even though the daily was throwing me off. And that's when I learned that the 22-hour could provide this, like, extra piece of information that I couldn't get anywhere else, right? And I hope you love that because that's something I probably should keep to myself. These are like key little insights. And maybe because of my subconscious mind, they mean more to me than they mean to you. But if you've been through the charts as much as me, you might have found what a gem that means. But anyway, some of you have any idea? Does anyone ever realize what that means? Or you're just like, whatevs, right? So we got this falling wedge to the, and again, let's look at our bearish and our bullish scenario for Bitcoin. You've got tight moving averages. You bounced off the 200 MA. If you lose the 200 MA, you're going down. That's just what, and then look, you have bullish divergence here on the 12-hour time frame. It's got a hidden bullish, really. It's really calling out hidden bullish as well. And you have hidden bullish divergence here. I mean, you have the RSI swinging down, but the price action swinging up. It tells you that you're going to break this high before you break this low. And it says you have 90% chance of doing that. There's lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. I got some signals here that are showing signs of a breakout. But they're also toying with price action. So right now, look, the 8-hour is getting rejected by the 200 MA. You got to get above that. This has to be a low, a high, and a higher low. Today is really going to tell us a bit. And I told you, the next few days have a lot to do with where we're going. So, wow, in the last 4 hours, they just decided to dump us to the downside. All right. Bye, Felicia. Amen, right? I don't even, yeah. So look, that's a bearish engulfing candle in the 4-hour time frame. You could put this entire candle inside of that candle. Not a good look, right? That's not what we're looking for. And let's kind of break down what happened. So I found this falling wedge. We got in last night. We traded it up. I moved my stop to break even. They knocked me out. Again, it's a Thursday. I don't look for a lot on Thursday. All right? I'm just like, whatever they give me, I'll take it. And look, we have a clear resistance now at that high volume node, at the point of control, 99,500, right? Even 250, but 99, between 99, 250, 99.5 is a rejection point. So what's the bearish scenario here? I mean, that somehow this is a low, high, that's a lower low, we collapse down. And this thing, it becomes a double top. And we start to really take out these lows, and we go into some type of recessional bear market or something. I'm open-minded that could happen, everybody. And then what we'll do is if you're working, you have to save your capital again, then you start shorting the market. You get what you can, you make it happen, you demo trade till you learn how to make money, and you keep pushing until you win. All right? If you keep blowing up accounts, you got to stop doing it. You do something different. Like, you got to get a demo account. If you keep blowing up your account, you have to get a demo account. Again, if you can't handle leverage, don't trade it. Only swing trade, spot trade, or DCA. I realized at one point that I wasn't good at that type of stuff, so I DCA'd until I had more education, until I joined a trading group and really got a handle on it. See what I'm saying? Like, trading is just like driving. People go to driving school for a reason. What if you just started driving around the road and you didn't know what a yellow blinking light was? You didn't know what a stop sign was. You would get in a car accident. People are trading. They don't know what divergence is. They don't know anything. And they think they're going to be good at it. It's going to take 2 to 3 years to even learn the proper information. Then to apply it takes another 2 to 3 years, and then 3 years of actually doing it. 9 years later, you will be an applied trader, but it's going to take time. If you don't want to put at least 6 to 7, 8 years in, then it's just, you're likely going to struggle. The second you decide, the difference between successful people and non-successful people realize it's going to take time. They commit to the journey. They're over the fact that they're going to get rich quick. I thought I was going to get rich quick until I realized that was what was getting me depressed. I thought it was going to happen. I kept wishing for things. And again, I wanted to get rich when I didn't have the skills yet. What the heck did I think I deserved to get rich for? I didn't put in the work yet. I didn't know a damn thing about trading yet. I wanted to be a millionaire. I mean, it was good that I had the desire. That's step one. I always talk about the 4 Ds: the desire, the determination, the dedication, and the discipline. All right? First, you have the desire to do something. You might go to a mansion and see a beautiful home and say, hey, man, I'd love to have that. I'd love to have events. I'd love to throw events where I'd love to have a house so big that I could have hundreds of people at my home. I could have staff. I could have valet. That's inspirational. That's something I would like to do. I was just at Gary Cardone's house. I'm just speaking of my own life, and I'm in his 4,000 square foot home, and I'm not going to lie, it's blowing my mind. I'm sitting there just like, the ceilings are 30 feet. Like, he's got 2 giant refrigerators in the kitchen like you wouldn't believe, and I look at details, and I'm just like, man, this man has put himself in a position of complete comfort. Floor to ceiling, windows, just boom, right? And you're like, and again, no comparison. I'm super happy with my home and what I've done with my life. And again, but I see the levels of life and I go, wow. And I say, I'm not even close to where I could be yet. This universe has so much more there's so much more abundance to uncover. Why stop at where you're at now when there's so much more to uncover? And you know what's fun? It's about the journey of uncovering. That creates an adrenaline rush when you're uncovering. I've learned I'm not even into making, the money is great, but I'm not into making the money. The money isn't part of the success. It's the adrenaline rush of seeing what's next. Every time you push yourself, you get to open a bigger door. You get to drive a cooler car. You get to meet more interesting people. It's not about the materialistic of it. It's about the progression of where you're going. It's about just seeing the world in a different place through new perspectives and meeting new people. But if you stay in the same place with the same salary, doing the same job, you're going to be with the same people doing the same stuff in the same place. Expanding your mind, expanding your ideas. You know, I mean, that's really what it's all about. I want to inspire you to think that your mind is going to create your next journey. You may be at work right now at a job your friend or parent gave you or something that you thought you were into, and you might realize today, this isn't me. I know what I want. I want to do something different with my life. I want to change the world. If you think like I do, then that's how you feel on a daily basis. And you feel like there's this burning inside. It's very similar to the Matrix. There's this burning inside right now, and you know something ain't right. You sleep a little restless. Maybe the girl or the guy you're with doesn't share that same oomph in life, and you know you're with someone that's just drawing you down. Your family and friends just don't seem to share this vision. Everyone else just seems to be drinking the beer and watching the game. You have this other feeling inside, and you don't know what it is. I had it too. I know you have it. I know that's why you're here. And it's bigger than just cryptocurrency. It's about you have something in you that makes you want to just push harder than others. And you get depressed some days because you don't understand why you can't achieve. You know, because you know what it is. It's already in you, but you're going through the motions of getting there right now. That is the hardest time. The hardest part of your destiny is when you're like, the fire has been started, but you don't really know where God's taking you yet. Patience in that moment. It's going to be frustrating. There's going to be times where you have no idea because you don't feel like you're going forward. God is actually creating a path for you in that moment in time, but you can't see it just yet. Have faith in those moments. Use nature. Stay in the present moment. Calm yourself down. Have faith that you're on the right track because you are. All right? 100%. Today is one of the deepest talks I've ever had on my channel, ever in my life. Like, I never went that deep, but I know exactly, I know it. I know why you people are here. It's bigger than cryptocurrency. Like, I finally figured it out. Like, it hit me right now at this moment. You know, what our channel is really all about. Everyone here has this thing inside that they can't fully describe. And at the beginning, it's very frustrating at first. And I'm telling you, man, I went through it. And I can coach you, I can guide you to where you need to be. And I can help you find that other essence. I can just, and be there for you when you think you're going to slip. When you don't think you can do it, you can, you will, you're all the best. You've got this. You're on your way. Don't ever doubt yourself. Stay away from people that tell you you can't. There's no reason for them in your life. They're wasting space in your life. They're taking up your time. They're stealing vibrational energy from you that you desperately need to build yourself. So stay around positive people, okay? As best you can. And stay positive. Work out every day. Create endorphins. Do what you have to do to create a scientifical mindset. Your body is full of all these chemicals. You can literally program your brain to feel good by using the right chemicals. When you work out, you produce chemicals. When you're stressed, you're full of cortisol. When you put yourself in stressful situations, you drink a lot of alcohol, you don't sleep right. You're building up a lot of cortisol. Your mind's not going to be performing great in that state. When you work out a lot, you're creating endorphins. You're actually getting high off your inside adrenaline. You get addicted to this. Then your brain starts learning that you can get high off yourself. You live a life full of abundance and health because you're creating your own inner highs. You've trained your brain to do this through working out. That's why I teach you to work out. That's why working out is so much more important than anything else that I can teach you. If you're depressed, if you can't move, if you're stuck, if you can't get out of your zone, if you're in this space where you feel like you're in the same room every day and you keep losing, start working out. Please, I beg of you, it'll be the first thing. You'll go back to that moment in time where you really got a working out routine and you'll say, that's where my life began to change. You're like, hi, everyone's asking you, well, how did you become a multimillionaire? How did you make it as a trader? And you're like, man, I started working out. Everyone's going to be like, what? You're going to be like, yeah, that's how it changed. That's how I began to grow. All right. Don't get too stressed out by these dumps in Bitcoin, by these moments in time, by the 1 minute on the Thursday afternoon low volume after an unemployment announcement, okay? Like, these are days that are here to suck your energy and drain you. Don't let the market drain you when the market sucks. I'm sorry to say, and I usually don't talk like that, but I got to be honest. All right? Some days the market is not worth our time. It's just not. It's worth observing. It's worth doing our analysis. We don't stop doing our analysis. We don't stop our discipline because we're going to see it when the time is right. We don't know when it is, but if we work every single day at it, we're going to see it when the time is right, and that is the key. Bread in the water. Remember, we talked about it yesterday. Let's carry on from yesterday. Bread on the water. Let's keep throwing bread on the water, everybody. We cannot stop. This is your moment in time to make it happen, all right? Just like it's mine right now. I have this stage right now to use it as a positive way to help everyone here progress. If my words can vibrate into your brain, because that's all that's happening, it's a vibrational energy going into your eardrum that sounds like a word that we turned into language, which if you even think about that, it's insane. So I'm vibrating into your eardrum right now, a frequency that's being turned into a thought process that's changing the way you feel. That is a powerful tool in which God has given me. I will use it to the utmost of my abilities every single day on this channel. I will never abuse it. I'm sure I make mistakes sometimes, but I will work so hard to never abuse this influence in this channel that God has provided for me. I know it's special. I know I'm privileged. I know not everyone gets a channel to get here, 90,000. And so I'm going to do everything I can to push it. Let's get back into technical analysis. I don't mean to go too off topic here, but it's so important. Once we make the money, once we make the gains, once we figure out the cup and handle, the Fibonacci, and we stay disciplined, our mindset is what's going to keep us rich and wealthy through the rest of our lives. All right? And I've said my spiel for the day. All right? It sounded good, though. So I kept moving with it. It sounded good. I love you all. You're the best, man. So look, we got a bit of a cup and handle on the 1 hour time frame. Let's pull a Fibonacci here. We kind of did bounce off a 786 fib. All right, now went all out for you. Cufflinks, the 3-piece. No jokes, baby. No jokes, right? We got the bounce here off the 618 Fibonacci. It's almost a money printer, 786 right there. Look at that. So again, Bitcoin's got us in a bit of a tight spot again today. You know, all I can say is the levels that matter. And after a massive liquidation, we just need to hug a higher low. That's all. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing. So I'm getting rid of this cup and handle. And, you know, that little flag broke out, came back down. But it's really about this bigger channel here. And to me, like, I don't know, it looks pretty bearish. See how it's like, looks pretty bearish. You got resistance at 99,000. You bounced off 92. And it's kind of like a jagged, it has a jagged, drunken, inverted head and shoulder vibe, right? Not my cup of tea. You see what I'm saying? That flag on the 15-minute looked good today, but look, I mean, look at it. It made a head and shoulder while I was blabbing. But look, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. I mean, that's it. It told you. Price action tells you exactly what it's going to do, and then it tells you where it's going to go. And then I teach my students, and you all know if we lose the 200 MA, the yellow line, you're likely going to drop, and that's what happened. Look, it's almost bullishly retesting the top of the trend line in a way, like. So here's the deal. If you're bullish today, you're going to bounce right here where we're at. And you're going to make some type of inverted head and shoulder here. This will be your shoulder. This will be a head. You'll come up. You'll make a right shoulder. Chance we could break up back to 100,008, right? If you're bearish, you're going to break this trend line right now. Hold on. Let me do one thing. If you're bearish, you'll break this trend line. Because I feel like you bounced right there. And you'll fall at least down to 96,300. So I would watch your 15-minute right now very, very closely. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Did it give up the 200 MA? No, but it just crossed it. This is my signal. Whenever we cross the 200 MA, we get a huge pump. Now, it's a little sketchy on a Thursday, but that's a signal of mine that plays out. Oh, we didn't cross the 200 MA. That's my yellow line. I'm like, Sammy. So we got to cross that. But there was a really strong bullish div. So every day we get a liquidation. And we get a bullish divergence in the 1 minute. We get it like 4 or 5 times a day, but this is how price action reverses. Look how it dumped, too. It made shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It told you where it was going to go. You take that whole algorithmic move is the wick to wick of that move, wherever you can find it. And that really, look, I mean, that's exactly where you went. It's just nuts. You just play the charts the way they're supposed to be played, and you'll end up a G. Simple. The simpler you trade it. And again, when the 1 minute loses the 200 MA, we short. Look, we lost the 200 MA in the 1 minute. We were gone. All right, that would have been a beautiful trade right there. The second that candle closed below, boom. So now we watch price action. It doesn't look amazing to me. It's actually pretty sketchy. So here's the deal. If the 15-minute breaks below the 200 MA, no go. And hold on, let me clean this up. I don't know why it's so scatterbrained today. Let me get rid of this. I see this as a trend line that's getting tested, see? You're basically attempting to bullishly retest this trend line. I'll bring this line. Yeah, this is what I see happening right now. So you broke out, you're bullishly retesting this trend line, you see? I just want to be... Now, if you break below, you're going to drop down. You can clearly see, right? So you get a candle to close here, boom, right? So we're on a very thin line here today for the bulls and the bears. You're looking for the 15-minute to bounce like I showed you. And low volume Thursday is not my favorite day to trade. This whole week has told me to be easy and just keep it chill. So we had Fed meetings, we had unemployment, right? In the last 2 weeks, we just have had a lot. So, and then we also had the crypto meeting, which was like a Fed meeting this week, right? Where everyone waited, and then, I knew not to believe that they were going to say anything. It was an announcement of an announcement, and a lot of people got pissed, man. And I get it. But, I'll buy the bear market below at 70K next year. That was a nothing burger. Yeah. That's why you can't trade news, everybody. You just got to, you trade this bullish retest and you trade the 200 MAs. You got to start becoming a bot. Got to get off this what people are saying type of stuff and what people are thinking and what you believe is going to happen to the market, and Trump or no Trump, it is what it is. Whatever comes our way, it's just, you know what I'm saying? No, right? No. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We love you. This guy says he is awesome. His dedication in the hurricane to not let a day pass without being live, finding a park that had working internet. Totally respect. God bless you, Sammy. God bless you, man. That means the world to me. So the Rolling Road Show. God bless you, brother. Let's take a look at some of these super chats coming in. We got Black, we got Jesus, Fartboy, Monkey, Mandy, and Casper. Thank you. I'm tired, only losing. Now I start to lose my gains. You think I delete the app right now and chill? Honestly, if you keep losing, it's time to it's time to stop. It's time to stop. All right. If you keep losing to the point of no return and you're addicted to leverage and you can't stop, you got to go see my friend, Master Friend. He helps people that are sick. Okay. Because you need someone that's going to be on you all day, every day. All right. At least 3 times a week. They're going to check up on you, ask you what you're doing. I can do that, but I'm running the trading group, looking at all the different things, and I'm going to be on you too. A master friend will be on you for an extra $300 a month. You're going to pay for discipline. And you may just need it. And I know you're losing. You're like, I'm going to pay even more. It's up to you. It's just like, hey, same idea. Someone's not making good money, right? They could barely afford the rent, and they got to pay for school to be able to get out of that position. And they're like, oh, but I'm already broke, and now I got to pay for a college degree. It's like, well, or I got to pay for some type of online class. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I was losing. I was having a tough time, and I still paid $2,000 for a trading course. You know what I mean? Was it the best? Was it the worst? No, but at least I made a decision. Even if you buy something that's not amazing, at least you go, hey, at least I bought something. Now I'll learn to buy something better than that. You know, every time, everything is a learning experience. Every time. So if you think you need it, hit that QR code and find out more. My man Master Friend in the trading group will teach you really how you should be trading leverage at a level, you know, constantly. Like, that's if that's what you want to do. All right. People will tell us the bull run is over. Ignore the fun and negativity. Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I'm going to tell you again. The bull run is not over until the pi cycle crosses. You can write this down. You can bookmark what I just said. Yeah, again, who knows, right? I guess anything could happen. But the odds are like 89 to 91%. It would be the one anomaly, unless we're starting a whole new cycle, and in 20 years we look back and realize that was the change of the old cycle, which I'm open-minded to. Like, you know, we need more data to see the data. But right now, you got to just, you know, until that pi cycle crosses, and we went over it yesterday, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to yesterday's live stream and go down to the pinned comments. I mean, into the, the pinned comments. Yeah. In the comment section, we put, you know, we timestamp everything. The timestamps below the video. And it will show you every section, things that we talked about. You can learn about all the coins that we went over. Honestly, going through my past videos and just looking at the timestamps will give you great ideas for coins, ideas, things that we went over. If you missed a live stream and you want to jump on in, my timestamps are so resourceful and amazing. That's another reason what gives this channel a lot of value is the fact that we go over so many coins on a daily basis, and those timestamps really begin to build up over time. So people, hey, if you missed the stream, if you don't have a lot of time, you want a Bitcoin update, go right down, hit the last Bitcoin update. You know, you want something else, and you're like, what are you saying, Sam? Timestamps, what are you talking about? Because I don't think people realize all the resources that we have for them. My team overworks to produce, and to know everything that we give you would almost be impossible too without us showing you. So if you just go to every one of my videos, any one of them, and you go below the video, you're going to see there's timestamps that we diligently do every single day. Look at what we talked about yesterday, scarf. Like, what happened to that coin? And you could look at what I talked about, right? Right, I can go look at scarf now, you know, but just, I love these ideas, right? Look at this, man. I found this just last night. It's up 127%. I didn't put it out because I've been sketched out by altcoins, but this is my signature. Finding an ascending triangle, right? Grabbing the measured move and just boom, dude. It's just, I don't know how. I put out a tweet about it, how this is how I make money on these little coins over and over again. It's crazy. Scarf. I would say it's probably dumped down, but who knows, right? Wow, so it did pump from that. It could pump to 116%. Look at that. From that inverted head and shoulder, right? And then it kind of slumped and went sideways. And right now, everyone's watching Bitcoin. And all coins are just, they're in a pretty bad ride. There's some meme coins that look like, I don't know if they're ever going to come back. Everyone thinks possibly, but like for instance, like, will Maneki come back? Will Ponky come back? I don't know. You know, the whole Pepe reign seems to kind of have filtered off. And so many new people are coming into the space that don't even know what happened in the space. Like, the space is changing that fast too, that it's like the narrative is whatever the new narrative is. You try to hold on, and before you know it, it's over. And I think we have to recreate ourselves here and begin to learn a new way. I think the old way has to be slightly tweaked. And, you know, and that's the definition of a successful entrepreneur. You're always tweaking yourself. You're always in a state of uncomfortability. You shouldn't be comfortable. The second you're comfortable, you're losing. You know what I mean? When you're finding yourself in a perfect state of comfort, something's wrong. You got to find yourself in a state of uncomfortability really to keep pushing. Very important. So it's really important to me that this bounces. We end up down here. I can just see 95,000 again, and then it's, you know, And it's important that we hold 97,200, right? All right. Shiba is over the top. Was in March, yeah. This bull market was all hype. Glad you never bought into it. I mean, I was open-minded that anything was possible at any moment in time. I was open-minded that they could black swan us any day and take me down the tubes. I was open-minded that we could rip. And I said, if we get above 200 MAs and we get above key levels, then let's go. Like right now, I'm showing you that it's not all bearish. There's some really positive signs in the charts, right? But we got to make sure we continue those each day. And so like the pump here is kind of important to me. Like it is a Thursday, it is low volume, but I'd like to see this move to the upside. I'd like to see the daily close above 97,200. That would be very, very important. All right. Wow, 11:15 already. The day is flying by. I don't know how it is here on this beautiful Thursday. And just a moment right now. Dear Lord, thank you for this channel that you've given me. Thank you for all the people's time that that are here, with me, giving me their time. I hope I'm doing the best with their time and not wasting not one bit of it. Every single day, you give me multiple people's times for 2 hours a day. It turns into hours and hours of watch time. And dear Lord, I want to make sure that every single time you do that, I'm super appreciative, super grateful, and I don't take advantage of it. Help me be the best I can be on this live stream and help me not waste anybody's time. Amen. Thank you. All right, so I want to see this move up, man, and I'd like to see the bump. And we saw some hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and there's still a chance, the bigger, when we zoom out, one other idea is that the daily's looking pretty sweet, right? And shout out to everyone that hit the like button today. We have 716 people on that like button. That's absolutely amazing that 716 people would do that. That's going to come back to you tenfold. So may God bless you for doing that. Yeah, so I'm calling for a bounce here because it just makes sense. For my overall thesis to continue, we got to get this bounce. Get tight on the 15-minute here. Get back above the 15-minute 200 MA and be on our way to the upside, all right? It's not that far. We're tight. The moving averages are close. Another thing that I'm just seeing that I didn't see before. All right. And this is why I do this. I have so much fun doing this. Other people think I'm just nuts. Their mind doesn't work like mine. I don't chase money. I chase ideas and frequencies and energy, and money follows energy like you wouldn't believe. So if you chase frequency and energy, you'll get so rich, it'll be ridiculous. You'll be richer than, you know what I mean? Once I figured that out, my bank account exploded. Once I realized everything was frequency and energy, that's when I got onto a higher level. I started researching billionaires and millionaires. I started watching interviews. And every time a millionaire or a billionaire sat down, within like a few minutes, I would hear the word grateful, gratitude, frequency. You know what I'm saying? It was a constant theme among people that were super successful. And it wasn't a coincidence. It made sense. All right. Okay, let's get into these super chats. Today looks horrible day, but it also looks like a great pump. It's going to be an amazing day. Wait, what? You're funny. What is more accurate, MA or SMA? SMAs are MAs, man. Yeah. With Valentine's Day around the corner, single awareness might explode in popularity this week. That's so funny, man. Ondo Summit live during the TradFi on-chain. Have a blessed day. Yeah, an Ondo Summit today. You think might create a little bit of love there. So look, if you just looked at Bitcoin right now and you wanted to be real basic, like a basic B, you're just sitting here like this. And a Sammy cup in handy, ready to rock again. With an uptrend that's been confirmed, right? There's a chance we're on this upward trajectory. Jefferson Airplane, But I just, so far, so good here. There's an idea there. And the fib checks out. Everything looks interesting. So just wanted to give you a basic, not a lot of bells and whistles. Just, it is what it is there, right? Many expect a liquidity drop to the 87K area. What do you say? How likely? It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't go by what everyone else is expecting. I want to see the daily candle close above 97.2, and I'll take it, you know, and I'll be up at 7 in the morning the next day doing my analysis. Right? Today, and everybody, I'm going to move the weekly screen share, I believe, to Saturday morning. I have a friend in town tonight, and if I blow him off, it'll be kind of rude. So I'm sorry to disappoint, but you got the night off tonight. Weekly screen share will be moved to Saturday morning. It'll be like, I'll do it from like I'll do a live stream from like 8 to 9, and then I'll do the screen share from like 9 to 10:30. You know, we'll talk about the portfolio. We'll go over Bitcoin. So I apologize to anyone that's like, tonight's going to be huge. I am going to move the weekly screen share till Saturday in the morning. All right. So puts more pressure on my weekend. You know, I got to work 8 to 11 then in the morning, but that's fine. I don't mind. And I just, you know, so. You know, you said Valentine's Day will never be the same for me. 2 years ago on Valentine's Day, I got hacked and lost my entire life savings. On Valentine's Day, when I was about 20 years old, I can't even get into it. So, but I had, oh man. Yeah. So I think what your story actually doesn't sound too bad compared to mine, honestly, but it all depends on how you look at it. You lost money. I lost my soul, man, you know? But again, it is what it is. So, and again, I don't know if I can tell the story. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. But I was young. I was putting my, and I didn't take responsibility. And that's all I got to say. I'll leave it at that. And, all I could say is I could have maybe a 19-year-old kid right now, but I don't. All right. So you put together the story how you want it. All right. So, man, I don't think about it a lot, but every once in a while I do. And it was a tough day, and it was on Valentine's Day, and it's a really crazy story, but I'll write a book one day, possibly. You could read that chapter. I'm just not going to get into it today, but God bless you, man. Yeah. Sam from the Bronx over here. Hey. So, we desperately need this bounce. We need a hold. We're very oversold in the 22 to 12. It looks like a bounce is coming. We got some hidden bullish divergence brewing. But the small time frames are playing games with us. And they're not looking amazing. And now look, the 50-minute looks like it's going to breach and continue to dump here. So every once in a while, I'll get like a jumbled signal in the market, and I'll have to just kind of like, look at this. Look what we've been through. It's just, some say that's your trend line there. You just keep playing with it. I have to be honest, it looks bearish. It looks like you're rolling over. Rounded tops are bearish, right? Rounded tops don't pay the bills. That's starting to round. I don't know. That's not a good look. Usually that's going to, See, you could see this too. You would play it something like that, right? And you say it's going to go either way. I'm upside down right now just because I'm looking for perspective. I want to make it nice and neat for a beginner today so they can kind of track price action without having it too crazy here. So, yeah, I see a symmetrical triangle. These mainly dump. It does have a move down to 87,000. So, we got to be really careful here. See how it looks kind of head and shoulder-esque? That's rolling over. So you're either moving to 87K or you're getting the bounce back to 108,000. You see out of the symmetrical triangle on the 1 hour time frame. I mean, that's what I'm seeing right now. It took me a very long time to see this too. I didn't see it at first. You got a rounded top. I don't know, man. Looks very sketchy. It looks very sketchy for the bulls. So the bigger time frames look good to me. The smaller time frames look absolutely horrible. So hey, if we bounce, we get tight. If tonight this bounces 8 hours from now, but I mean Bitcoin's about to make a big move again. It's getting very tight again. These likely dump. And you'd be praying for basically a double bottom at about 91.8. You have some support right there at about 96,200. And then let's see if BOOKMAP says again what's going to happen. So I'm not trading this. I don't have an edge right now. I mean, at the same time, I do have an edge. The edge tells me we're going to dump. Symmetrical triangles mainly dumped to the downside. And they got liquidity all the way down here, but they got rid of some liquidity that was there. It got a little thinner too. Look, now we're at 96.9. I got to tell you right now, I'm more bearish than bullish for BTC. The odds are that this will dump. For my years of doing this, the odds are telling you could have stopped here, and you likely could win this short. Low, a high, a low, a lower high. Do you put in a lower low? So, and that would take you down somewhere to about $87,000 for Bitcoin. So just be careful, everybody. Do not listen to the bulls. There's all these people, alt seasons is starting today. I looked through crypto Twitter again today. You have to understand, these people are insecure people. I don't know what they are. I want to talk on anybody else. What I assume, and could be wrong, because when you assume, you make a, but some people, they sell courses, they sell Patrons, and they don't really teach technical analysis, right? What I teach is universal. It'll go on for years. Someone's going to join my group in the middle of the bear market because they lost tons of money and they want to learn TA. Someone's going to join my group at the top of the market because they bought the top and they want to learn my TA. And people are going to join my group when the market's ripping because they want to make gains, right? And they want to learn TA. People are going to join my group anytime, any day of the year for the next 10 years, right? Because I don't sell like 100x gains, little tiny coins. We do find gems. I'll do what I can when the market's hot. But once the market's not hot, I'm not as speculative. Like, I'm not going to be as risky. And again, I'm not putting down people there's people that find great projects. They're awesome. Like, we need all that. Deep diving, like, you might want different things for different perspectives. I'm not saying I'm better than anything else. I'm going, and so a lot of those Patreons, right, they're drying up now because it's just like, so the point is, a lot of people are just telling you that the market's got to keep going. What else can they say? And I don't know. And I'm seeing it a lot, and I don't know if some of them might truly believe it. Some of them might just be saying it. I don't know what's going to happen, everybody. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no clue. I have the guts to say that. When I first said it, I was scared people would look at me like I was a clown. But I realized that people actually like when you're honest and they respect you for it. And so I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to do what most people don't do. And that's going to differentiate me from most channels. So I don't know what's going to happen. You're looking for a right shoulder there, actually. Look, now that I see it. And you really want to, oh, man, it looks ugly. It doesn't look amazing. I'll tell you that. Now is the time. What is the time? Well, it's the time. You know what time it is. It's the time to stop playing games and get your taxes done. Decrypted.tax. You don't want to sit there and figure out all the things you did on cryptocurrency. That's kind of, don't you want to go for a walk and hang out? Schedule a free consultation today. They'll tell you what you need. You'll get connected and everything will make sense. All right. And they have the best back end in the game. So go to decrypted.tax to find out more and get your taxes done. Schedule a free consultation today. Streamline your crypto and DeFi taxes with their cutting edge software at decrypted.tax. All right. So there we stand with Bitcoin. I mean, if you looked at it, it looks like a head and shoulder that's missing the right shoulder. It looks like a complex head and shoulder that like is just missing the right shoulders. It's like half of a head and shoulder pattern. It's weird. So right now we watch, I don't know what's going to happen. We watch a symmetrical triangle in the 1 hour. You get a bounce, you get tight. And this might take 6 to 8 hours. If the next hour and a half to 2 hours, you see us below 96.8, you're likely coming down to take out this low as far as I'm concerned. So for me, like, I wouldn't long unless the 1 hour gets back above the 200 MA, and then I find a flag here, and then I'll take one of my longs, and that would be like, if anything, a short is the most likely scenario. So here's your short. The entry would be now. The stop loss would be above 99.8. You could wait for it to get to the top of the pattern one more time and then roll over. We do have low volume on a Thursday. I would expect just almost sideways price action, and specifically after we got a nothing burger for unemployment. I expected more liquidations, but they liquidated so many people this week. Unemployment didn't even act like it regularly did. Unemployment would have had way more volatility today, but it had none. Why? Because they already took all the liquidity out. They just completely obliterated most leveraged traders. If you didn't get liquidated, put your hand up. If you didn't get liquidated, you're one of like the top 1% of traders, man. That means you weren't greedy. You weren't over leveraged. You weren't over positioned. So God bless you. I didn't get liquidated. I can say it, on my life, I didn't get liquidated. So I actually made gains the night before and then saw that we were likely going to dump and stayed off the market. I should have actually I called the short. I just didn't. I usually traded. I had a lot going on in my life that week. It's just. Anyway, so this is what I see for BTC. And the next few hours are going to tell us a little bit more and a little bit more. And by the end of the day, we're going to get a daily candle close. We're going to see where that closes. Where that closes is going to tell us a story. That looks like a rounded top. It looks like it's rounded. It's over. The bigger time frames are suggesting we could bounce. I like the 3-day. I like the weekly. We got to take it one day at a time. I wish I could tell you more. This is where I stand. And so the probability is telling me a short's in order. There may be a better entry if we pump up a little more somewhere at the top of the channel at 98.6. I'd like us to get back above 98.5. I do not want to see a daily candle close below 97,200. It looks like we're going to do that. And then again, we bring in BOOKMAP, and BOOKMAP has more liquidity to the downside as well, suggesting that we are going further down to about $89,000. All right. I was down 76 on my short since yesterday. Now I'm even. Hey, God bless you. I'm in a bad trade that just consumed time. You'll learn that. That happens all the time. I mean, when you're beginning. I just got clapped, but I'll bounce back. Nothing to the Crypto Mafia. God bless you, brother. Yeah. Too many people are waiting for answers too short of a time frame. Reversals take weeks to confirm, at least long-term ones. It's true. Never liquidated since taking Sam's class and joining. Wow, that's so much. I love to hear that because you do a lot of good trading. So God bless you, man. Shout out to Rave Song Records in the house. And thank you for sharing. We appreciate that. Let's take a look at the fan funding and see what's happening today here in the chats. I don't know what I did over there. Let's take a look at what is going down. No. There we go. Okay. Colin says hi. Shout out to the Crypto Factor. Thank you so much. That was a really nice response from Colin about me. And that's what happens when you're respectful. If you did grimy things, AI is going to talk about it. People aren't going to talk about it, but AI is going to call you out. AI has called a lot of people out recently. It's been crazy. Shout out to Leah Khalifa. God bless you, man. I hope everything goes well with your coin, man. Please pray for my mother. She's 69. We did that. Shout out to Inuka. Okay. And I wasn't going to talk about that again. I mentioned that, but it is what it is. God bless you, Charles. Though I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I am a man, and I get to make my decisions. Let's take a look at FARTBOY. FARTBOY actually was a hotter coin to me. We called that huge pump on it. I haven't looked at it since. It was kind of consolidating somewhat. FARTBOY, dude. FARTBOY with the Boston accent there. FARTBOY kid. Oh, wow. So it got... Oh, wow. It continued because it's got a $100 million market cap. So look at that. So I looked like it was going to go tight. It hit the 786, and then it ripped again to the upside. We put out FARTBOY down here. So it's kind of crazy. If you got into FARTBOY, you were up huge. 8x since I put out FARTBOY. I called that huge reversal. Then we looked at this. Now it did dip. Came back in, and then it was gone, though. FARTBOY hitting a $100 million market cap. I mean, Guys, I remember when I first put out FARTBOY, I said this thing probably has legs. And look, it just hit the target that I put out. How did I know that's where it was going to go? Just a measured move. Simple. 9 cents, and now it's sitting at 10 cents. FARTBOY. Everybody wants a bit of FARTBOY. FARTBOY is better than the other ones. You know? So look at it on the daily. It's ripping. It's away from the 21-day moving average, you can see. Wow, they kept my moving averages. They didn't do that recently. So I got to look at it on the 4-hour time frame. Wow, ripping on the 4-hour. Absolutely ripping. That's so crazy, right? FARTBOY just doing damage. And we're going to jump off here for a second. But, hey, man, I remember when it was here, just the chart looked really good to me. And it's been trading the fundamentals. Like it hit at 786 and it ripped. So here now, I would suggest that it's going to, do something similar. Either make it, it's going to do, we don't know what it's going to do, but it's going to make an ascending triangle or it's going to make some downward price action. Looks like it could head down to like this 786 Fibonacci retracement. That's the key level that I'm looking at for FARTBOY. For FARTBOY. Wow, right? But that's something that I'm looking at. FARTBOY. Pure rippage. Okay? All the way to 1616. I think this will continue, and I'll watch it closely. But FARTBOY's on the radar. Yeah. Let's take a look at black. I don't know that. That's too small for me, man. Yeah. Good for you, though. I hope it goes well. All right. Again, like really tiny coins I'm going to stay off of. All right. What are you and your wife's shoe sizes? I wear a 10.5 or an 11, depending on the shoe. All right. 10.5 should do me well, but every once in a while, the 10.5s are tight because I got wide feet, and my second toe is bigger than my first toe. It's really long. I actually have long feet for my height. I don't know why. But I mean, it's always done me well. Antivirus on deck screener, please. Bullish retest. Come on, bulls. Cat, Sam, what bots do you use? I use a bot, but it's really, we don't have it out yet. Yeah. My wife, I don't know my wife's shoe size. She's going to have to. What's your shoe size, babe? No one no one listens to me. Maybe she'll come in. But she's usually busy with the kids. And in her defense, she runs a household. And she's got a lot going on. All right. Antivirus, AINTI. He says AINTI virus. Ain't virus. Yeah, I think it came up there. AINTI. I mean, absolutely ripping. Right? Oh, but after a massive dippage. I don't know, man. I don't know enough about it. You'd have to do your research and look at it. John McAfee Incarnate. Yeah, built on the DeFi Digital. Oh, yeah, I remember this when it first came out. I forgot about it already. And they sold it off. Now it's coming back out. Probably run by Janice. And I'd like to support Janice. Anything that because she's been through so much, man. Right? That was crazy what happened there. And I'm not going to get into it as much either. But, I did interview John on the channel. I don't know if you people know, but I did. I got one of his last interviews before it all really went down. And he was very good to me, very nice to me. Some people even said we look somewhat alike. It was weird, but John McAfee, man, we're of the same Irish, Welsh descent, blonde hair, blue-eyed guys. Man, God bless John, though, and we miss him to this day. He was a necessary disruptor, and he told us a lot of truths that were deep ingrained in society. Sam, you're a good person. God is just a babysitter right now for Valentine's Day, and you 100% meet and live eternity with them. God bless you, man. Thank you for saying that. God bless you too. Adam and Eve, possible. Sol very low on the daily RSI. It's got to rip soon, hopefully. Thinking maybe 120 Sol at 210 on my end. Join your group for knowledge, not really for the trade ideas. Thank you. Shout out to Dan McCaleb. God bless you, Dan. We love you, man. And FARTCLUB is looking prime, lifers. That's so funny. Hey, lifer, can you check Core? We'll take a look at Core. And shout out to anyone that gave a super chat today. BOOKMAP still looking thick. We lost 97,000. I'll be honest, it's looking pretty bearish here for Bitcoin. As I said before, the probabilities are telling you to short the market down to at least, 94,000. This has a glob. This basically checks out with exactly what my TA is saying. It's got all this liquidity down there at 89,000. If you have this like you entered here. See how, look, I'm stop that. So annoying, man. Wow, that's annoying, huh? You just want to do what you want and then so there's price action right there and still not letting me do it. I'm like, slip it. So that's good enough. But you enter here and it says, hey, there's a bunch of liquidity, 89.9. Boom, right? So as much as I want to stay bullish, as much as I want to tell you what's going to, oh yeah, and cheerlead a bull run, I got to just tell you what I see. That looks bearish as all heck to me. Maybe things will change. Maybe we won't get the follow through and a lack of volume tonight, and somehow it'll go somewhat sideways. But I will be honest with you, FARTCLUB has got a tiny market cap. But people seem to love these. I don't own any of this. I want to make it very clear. I would probably steer high and dry away from it. But it says a possible 2x could come. It's tiny, though. To me, it's a little bit outside of my risk management, right? And I don't think I didn't say all right today a lot. See, I stayed away from it. Must have been in my dreams. CryptoFace, you got in my head, and now I can't say it anymore. You've ruined it for me. You've ruined the whole stream. I can't say my favorite word now. And it's all because of you. Someone please clip this out and send it to CryptoFace and tell him he's ruined my stream because I can't use the word all right anymore. All right? I was funnier last week. I swear, I'm not that funny this week at all. Like, I'm just not funny. I have to rely on the laugh track just for anything. And again, you could say anything in the laugh track is funny. You can be like, look, I put lemon in the water. It's got to be done right, though. You got to if you have the sound down, and you're like, yesterday I walked down the street. A cat was staring at me. So stupid, right? But again, it makes you smile, right? And whatever gets you going is important, right? We got someone asking about Caspa, all right, which took a beat down. We asked LUNC and Cardano. All right, let's take a look at Caspa, LUNC, and Cardano. Honestly, this FARTCLUB looks interesting. It looks like when I looked at FARTBOY first, but it's got a way smaller market cap. I think we looked at FARTBOY at $1-2 million market cap. This is one of the tiniest, but it looks not. I mean, that looks good to me. Low, high, higher, low. It could easily go to zero, turn to nothing. But man, that looks good to me. Who knows? Who knows? You take a shot on that. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't really I wish we were all in utilities and we didn't really look at this stuff anymore, but it's part of trading now. So I don't know what to say. It is what it is. Again, we just put out a short, most likely that this is going to roll over, even though I'm a perma bull at heart and I want Bitcoin to rip. But I got to be honest that I see more downside than upside at the present moment in time. That could change in the next 4 to 5 hours. This, to me, looks like you're going to roll over and continue to dump, though. So right there, the entry would be here. The stop loss would be above 99,271. And the target would be somewhere at 87,500, if you can believe it. A lot of people are telling you that the bottom is in, that it's happened already, but I don't know. It could definitely get worse. So just be very, very careful, all right? Let's take a look at Caspa. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it has to go up. Anything is possible. Well, Caspa down to 8 now. So, everyone is just giving up on coins. They're panic selling everything. But look, Caspa lost a neckline. And honestly, I mean, look at its measured move. What if it just wicks back up and everyone's like, oh, but how could you have sold your Caspa? But man, look at that. It's a sad time for Caspa holders. I mean, that's whack. So horrible. It did show you it was in a head and shoulder. I mean, it's shoulder, a shoulder, a head, shoulder, shoulder. I mean, it tried to tell you over and over again. But wow, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in 1 week since February 2nd, or 4 days really, I mean, the altcoin market has just absolutely collapsed. Even today, taking a massive beatdown. So why everyone's telling you we're bullish, it's going to keep going. I keep telling you, be careful. I keep saying, pay, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I say take some profits, pay your stuff, do what you can. I mean, this is so. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, could we fall further down here to 0.54763? man, like this makes me want to sell my Caspa and just move on. You have to know when something's dead. I mean, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's over, man. You know, I'm sorry to say, everybody. Everyone's like, damn, he's saying that, and he's been in this for a long time. When you lose the Tutoring and the daily, it's beginning of a bear market for any asset. It's got a rounded top. It had a beautiful trend line that it just completely disrespected. And it fell off a cliff, man. The meme coins aren't great for it. It's lost a key component. I mean, it says it's going down to 4 cents. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of sad. We did get in below a penny. It did a 20x. Hey, you made massive gains if you rode with me and you sold anywhere near the top or close to it. Everyone just kept telling you Caspa was going to do something that it wasn't. And I just kept saying, I don't know, man. Even though I love Caspa, I said, man, look at that. That's why you're better off watching a TA channel than someone just feeds you what you want to hear, man. It's just because the TA guy is going to show you, hey, that doesn't look good. Now, again, you're panic selling the bottom at this point, are you? I would say so, but I mean, I'd rather sell now. If it got back inside, you believed in the project to get back in, but it's kind of nice to move on from something too. We've been in Caspa for literally 2 years now. Unbelievable. Almost 3 years, over 2 years. So it had a good run. It was a nice rally. It's like, wow. In the last 3 days, Caspa really just collapsed. People sold their altcoins off like I cannot believe. Look at that. And it's all about the Tutoring. You lose a Tutoring and you are gone. So, yeah, honestly, that looks cooked to me. How that doesn't, it's going to go to 4 cents and 5 cents. How it doesn't? If it doesn't, I'd be very surprised. If you hold your Caspa through this, you're an OG. But that's just insane. That is absolutely insane. Sad days for Caspa holders. Sad days for anyone that held the line. I mean, that's just... I'm a technical analyst. That's a wrap. That's going somewhere. I have to tell you that the 90% chance it goes to 5 cents. And then it has to bounce, find its way, and how long it's going to take for people to get back in. No one's going to believe in that after that. So, and that was like a good coin that was running through the bull market. So that's no good. Bitcoin taking a massive dump right now to the downside. All right? As we basically said it would. I shouldn't say a massive dump, but you're already in the money from 96.9 all the way at 96,500. And now you've lost that weekly support at 97.2. I'm telling you right now, the charts are telling me we're going down. And we're going down hard. So, it is what it is. I could be wrong. I am not. I don't know everything, but that says it's going down lower. More pain is coming. More pain is coming. And people are going to tell you, it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce because they don't want you to sell before they do. Because if they tell everyone it's gone, they won't have time to sell their positions, right? So they got to tell you that it's going to bounce so they can get the heck out. What else are they going to do? I would only hold Ondo, big position. I would hold maybe DCA into Ondo, some certain positions. Everyone's telling you that it's, I don't know, man. This market is sketchy as all heck right now. I don't care how strong the coin is. I don't care what it was. Wow. What a beatdown. I'm surprised. Like, this is just annihilation for altcoins, meme coins. If you had any type of altcoin, it is done. Cooked. Like, absolutely cooked. Like, whoa. Like, dollar. Like, this is like time to, like, tax lost harvest, and it's only February. This is insane. Either this is the bottom or we're beginning a bear market, everyone. You have to understand this is very highly likely. Things do not look good to me. And then I just said we don't have a bear market to the pi cycle tops. But again, that for Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin is on its own thing and all coins are kind of just doing their own thing and Bitcoin will kind of continue its own run. Like, to me, it looks like they've completely decoupled. Bitcoin went to $100,000. You had no altcoin season. If you told anyone that's been doing YouTube for a long time, they never would have believed you. Right? Someone says, can you check core? Let's take a look at core. And then while all this is happening, people are still making gains on these tiny little coins. It's absolutely nuts. And it'll drive you crazy if you're from the old cycle, right? I don't know if this is the coin here, core. I'm going to move on because I don't know enough about it. on XRP. I mean, it had a nice run up, and it came back down here. It's hitting a Fibonacci level, but dang. So I have to come to the realizations with each and every one of you right now that the market is sick. It doesn't look good, and it could get worse. And the way to make money right now is to, honestly, to cover, to put money, you know, it looks like coins are going to go lower. And DCAing into your favorite altcoin, I don't know if that's, I personally don't think it's a good look anymore. I don't. Because, you know, I'm all about putting a lot of time into the market at the time, producing a lot for me. I put a lot of time into these coins, and we didn't get the same. We did. I mean, there was times to sell, though. If you'd sold, you made gains. You had to sell at the right time. The market wasn't like, you know, and we'll still find opportunity. Like tomorrow, there's going to be there's going to be bounces. There's going to be money to be made. There's going to be swing trades. But once we come to the realization that the market has changed, we have to come to that realization. Now, when I start getting really bearish is when we lose the 4-hour 200 MA. That's when I get bearish. And right now, look, you're below the 4-hour 200 MA. And that's usually a bear move. So again, you're in that symmetrical triangle. They mainly break down. We don't dump here. I'll be surprised. Like, look at the 8-hour. It's below the 200 MA too, and it's rolling over. I tell you what, man, if they've somehow reversed this out of nowhere, and again, then I said there's all this liquidity up here, so I am slightly confused. The market has been the hardest I've ever been, and honestly, it's not confusing. It's a double top, and it's bearish. It's only confusing because we want to believe it's a bull market. That's why it's confusing. Once you just look at the charts and play the charts tell you, no, that's a dump. I'll play the dump, right? And here we are sitting at 96.6. You could see BOOKMAP is telling you you're going lower down to 95,000. It's not candy coating it for you. We are going lower. So the odds are very likely we'll be at $91,000 later on today. It just looks likelier by Friday afternoon. The odds are in the bears' favor that we're going down. All right. I don't think. Someone asked me about Bitcoin. What do I think? I don't think. Yeah. So sad to say, we came to some realizations in the charts right now. I started the morning somewhat optimistic. Things looked good to me. It looked like we could win. We still have the higher low in the bigger time frames. Again, the small time frames just look so sketchy right now. Maybe we close in a few hours and this doesn't happen and somehow, some way, like, I don't know. I got to tell you, whenever I've seen this stuff looking like this, it's been pretty nasty. We must hold that higher low. There's a chance we revisit these areas, right? Payroll numbers tomorrow will save the market. I mean, I hope so, brother. But hope, I don't really like to use hope when I'm trading. But non-farm unemployment change and unemployment rate comes in tomorrow. All right? If that unemployment rate probably comes in at 4.1. If it comes in at like 4.3 or 4.2, all right. If it comes in at 3.9, we're going to be in trouble. I'll tell you right now. So tomorrow, 8:30 a.m., we have unemployment too, which is also already stressing the market. People are already starting to bake that into what they want to do with their trading style. So keep that in mind. That's something you have to pay attention to. The tariffs are going to take big blows to the economy. Expect markets to continue to turn down unless they're canceled. The sad realization is your stop losses are going to get taken again, but that's not a signal that the bull is over. I don't know what he's saying. God bless you, brother. Every day something, LOL. I know. We've been consolidating since October. I can't believe going down to 96K is bad. Not long ago, we were at 60K. Yeah, but you got to look at the technical analysis. You know what I mean? You just got to look at the facts, though, Raves on Records. Like, it's the sustained period below key levels. And 97.2 is no go. Like, and look at the market structure, too. It's not really about the price, Raves on Records. 86, 77, it's really more about the market structure. Like, that's not a bearish market structure. So it really wouldn't matter if it was 60K, 50K, 100K. Numbers are numbers. I'm excited. I'm happy we're up there, but we got to be honest with ourselves here. Yeah. Extremely large bearish div on the XRP finally playing out. It might make some Adam and Eve here. It might double bottom at 95K, right? I like this guy. TA has done nothing for me. Well, that's because you believe it's done nothing for you. So, of course, it hasn't. Understand? Your thought process creates what has done something. I could watch a bird fly, and I could be like, man, the way that bird flies has made me feel free. That bird has done something for me. You know what I mean? Or I could just sit there and watch a bird and be like, that's done nothing for me. You have decided that TA has done nothing for you, so it hasn't. Your mentality has completely blocked you from learning. Understand? I would love for this to bounce, turn into a wick, say you were scared, now you were scared. And maybe that's possible. Right now, it doesn't look good. It could change. Right now, the shorts are in control. Until the bears get back above the 200 MA on the 15-minute, the bulls get back above the 15-minute 200 MA, we are bearish. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we dumped. We lost the 200 MA, and we were gone. We fell back into this trend line. Remember when I said, once you lose the trend line, you're going to come back right to the bottom of it. 95.5 is just so likely at this point when you look at that idea too as well. And then you got the symmetrical triangle. That's about to dump, and we can see which levels. And we keep making these. You'll make these in a bear market. You keep symmetrical triangle after symmetrical triangle. We're not making bull pennants. We're not making double bottoms. We're not making bullish patterns. All right. What happened to your weekly analysis on the last 2 weeks? What happened to the weekly analysis for the last 2 weeks? None of your predictions have come true. None of them are predictions. That's me going to the market. And if I made a prediction and it didn't come true, yeah, 100%. I'm a human being. I never said everything I said was right. Like, why does it have to be right? Why does it have to be correct? You know what I'm saying? I've been bearish, actually, ever since we started making bearish divergence on the weekly, like a month ago or 2 months ago. Right? I've never told you I was 100%. I don't know why you think I was. Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's never predictions. It's reading the chart for what it gives you. Yeah, like tomorrow I might be bullish. Arbitrator Joe's like, tomorrow you might be bullish. Yeah, exactly. What if we bounce back above this key level? You know what I mean? What if we use 100K and we're back up there again? Then I have to say, okay, then there's a chance we go back up. TA is that annoying, my friends. I don't think you understand. You don't know what's going to happen. It's trading. It's playing chess. You could look like you're about to lose the chess game, and a couple moves could change to where you're going to win. So right now, it looks like we're going to lose the chess game, but tomorrow we may make a different move. If you're not okay with that, then you don't understand what's happening in trading. All right? Get ready for the bounce, kids. If he watched your show, he wouldn't be commenting like that. Sam has been bearish every day. Black Core, we already looked at those two coins. ETHBTC, I skipped Monkey because it looked shady to me. Let's take a look at Cardano. All right. Wow, Cardano taking a beat down. And honestly, all these alts do not look good to me. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Like, I want to tell you, like, I want to believe that what everyone else is saying, that there's this big, but I can't get on board with that. One thing I will tell you is I'm bullish when you stay above the 200 MA, and ADA bounced off of it, and let's just hope that this stays, hope again. I can't stand that word. I like hope in real life, but not in trading. Hoping trading is just really getting wrecked. All right? That's what it means. You're hopium. That's why they call it hopium. Appreciate you, Sam. Keep us informed of the possibilities. Things can change in a moment. He gives us all the plays, all the love. Shout out to Master Kings. God bless you. Thank you for the love. Yeah. Sammy's analysis is spot on. Small homie is not for trading. Exactly. When someone is so good, it's going to happen. They dump it so hard. Yeah. Yeah, they see you win 99 in a row, lose one, and lose one. No, exactly. Shout out to Sunny Littletree. God bless you. Dude, if you're holding OG alts, it's been dumb city for years. Look at all Cosmos going to zero or all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, Adam is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Near doing the same thing as every other alt. Exactly. Hope never will be a strategy. 100%. All right. These are whales. Sometimes they take time to wake up from sleep. You're funny. If you want to be happy to win, you have to be a man to lose. Basic. Yeah. The money is escaping for the crypto markets. It is. It is. It is. I mean, that's it. Look at that. I mean, we went to a high of 136. And again, it's either a bigger cycle that's going to take a long time to consolidate, and we've given it our time. Like, I've given it 2 years, man. You know what I'm saying? I've given it a lot of my time. So, again, like, opening up an ice cream shop now is starting to get kind of fun because you're like, at least in 2 years, I would have made more money. You see, like, altcoins used to make you more money than doing anything else. But if you give it 2 years and they don't make you money, but again, the last year is going to be amazing, everybody. Just hold. I mean, we're going down, man. Look at this, 96,000. BOOKMAP's telling you. I predicted the dump. It's still dumping. And you'd say what? And you could say, but no one brings that up. But it's fine, right? It attempted a right shoulder, but usually that right shoulder never gets that low. That's a double top. That's a double top, a triple top even. But if anything, 1, 2, that's got a measured move to the downside. I tell you, man, I'm becoming pretty bearish on this market, and I'm sorry to say. Sam, can you read a brief? I'm going to see, please. Thank you for your time. It's going to look bearish too, Margaret. Yeah, it's almost pointless to look at this point, Margaret. It's going to look like everything else we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just really want to see Bitcoin not dump, but look, every coin was in a cup and handle. Every single one had to bounce off that 786. I've never seen this. I've never seen this before. I've never seen a huge run come back up, and then we haven't gone on a run. I've had a fake run, and then everything collapse again. I've never seen this. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. This is different than every other cycle I've been a part of. This would be how bear markets begin, or at least a slump market. And think about it. Altcoins are the highest risk assets in the world. So if we are going into a recession, what's the first thing that's going to get sold off? Are all altcoins. Things that nobody cares about. You know? All right. Yeah. I would sell CAS, but you know why? If it gets back above $10, then I'll put double the amount of money that I had in it. I believe in the project. The price action is not serving me right now. So say I put 10 grand in something, it goes up to 100 grand. Then it comes back and I'm up 50 grand. And it still looks like there's more downside. I'll sell it all, get my 50 grand. If it rips back up, fine. I'll collect more capital, work my butt off. I'll put 200 grand in it when it goes back up to like 10 cents. I don't have to put in the same amount. It doesn't have to be the same amount. You get what everyone believes. You know, my old belief system, I had to hold everything. And just till the end of time, it's just like, no, you don't. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This looks like you're just going to, you know, maybe if you go up again, it's not going to happen until September. This looks like 6 months of a consolidation for these altcoins. If you have a rally, it looks like it'll be September, and then you'll just get your money back. Yeah. Yeah, the market's pricing in the next unemployment report. Honestly, I don't know what's happening, but you got weak liquidity, massive liquidations, and I think people just see the writing on the wall at this point, man. You know, no one wants to. Bear markets are slow, and they slowly grind out, and no one believes it's happening until it happens. I'm surprised because we didn't get a pi cycle cross, so I'm like, this can't be the top. I'll be honest, it's not the top for Bitcoin, but it looks like it's definitely the it looks like altcoins have more room to get demolished. Everyone, I'm the most positive person you've ever met. Like, I can stay so positive in the midst of the most downest time. My mom died on my face. I stayed positive on this channel. I've done everything I can. When I start showing you what it is what it is. All right? So, all markets are down, even gold. Everything is down, man. Everything is down. Thank you, Sammy, for being transparent. Yeah, and I don't like doing this. It's not good. It doesn't sell trading groups, right? It's not the best advertising. But again, if we do dump, this will be one of the greatest times to learn, all right? So yeah. We're all in the same boat. Exactly. See, we're all in the same place. So we got to figure out a way to survive. And again, let's go over the hopium, right? Let's build up some hopium for you. Remember, the bigger time frames looked okay today. They didn't look too bad. There's a chance we get a bounce, but like this would have to be the bot. Like, how much lower can these altcoins go? Caspa at 8 cents. Like, Caspa looks like it's going to 5 cents almost for sure, just based on the technical analysis and nothing else. I go this low and say maybe that's you're trying to bounce there now. But definitely it's very sketchy. It says you're going down to 95,000. I would keep the short open. All right. The real ones are going to buy all the Caspa. You know what? Go ahead. You know what? That's what I said when, this is what people that are noobs in the see, real people learn how to sell the top and walk away. Noobs keep saying, "Oh, I'm buying all those coins on the low." That's what they say the entire bear market until they have no money. They keep saying, "Oh, I'll buy your low coins." Ha 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 ha. Go ahead, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, I've been in these markets too long. They're going to teach you to take your money and run more than you believe you would. They are demolishing altcoins right now to the point of no return. Like, it is insane. I put tons of money. I'm watching it just drift away to zero. The equity curve is done. This is insane. And it's weird because as you're watching Bitcoin, they're just slowly bleeding alts behind you. You almost don't notice it. And then you look at your portfolio and you're like, wait, what the heck just happened? How is it down this much? Like, how did it lose 20K in the last 10 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing? Unbelievable, man. Wow. Wow. Sick inside. Never happened. Yeah. We're witnessing the birth of a new global digital financial infrastructure. There's going to be contractions and volatility. Yeah. I held for 3 years as a noob following the diamond hand rhetoric. I'm happy I bought more Bitcoin than anything else over and over again, right? 2020 and everything ripped after everyone screamed, it's dead, it's dead. I know, but that's... Guys, everyone's comparing 2021. Look at the technical analysis. You're double topped. Like, this is what I don't... I teach technical analysis. Look at the TA. Look at the TA. That's a double top. You know what I mean? The weekly still has more to go down. You have bearish div on the 3-day chart. Like, the bullishness is like that we're going to hold that line, and it's like it has to hold. I started the day bullish. If things had stayed in their channels, we would be all right. I can't believe how bad it's got obliterated. Yeah. I'm not scared. I don't care anymore. I'm looking at the realization of the market. I don't get scared. I could die. You know what I mean? I've been through death. I've almost passed it. I've had near-death experiences. I don't get scared about losing money. It's just money. We'll be fine. I'll find another way to make money. It's okay. It's not the biggest deal in the world to me. I'm just showing you that the charts do not look good. I have to be honest. Yet again, it's another nasty day that just... you have to bounce. You have to double bottom off of 96,350 right now, or like it's. I just never seen Bitcoin in such sketchy technical analysis spaces where like if it doesn't do a certain thing, it has a huge gap down to another, like, basically not much support. You don't bounce here in the next hour to 2 hours. I see 92.9. If you go to 92.9, like, really? Right? Double top is also a relatively equal high if you add ICT. Yeah, equal highs is liquidity levels. Reckon it's going to be a head and shoulder pattern on the weekly, and then onto the upside after hovering around 68,000 for a while into the summer. Bitcoin's not bad. Bitcoin's great. I'm not stressing Bitcoin. The altcoins are done. They're cooked, man. Like, they're cooked. Like, let's be honest. Like, they are cooked. Some of them are where they were a year and a half to 2 years ago. Like, that's crazy. You can't, that's not sustainable. That's going to flush people out of the market for sure. We have to be completely honest about this. All right. Yeah, it just gives you the chance to buy cheap. Stop. See, I think people got to stop saying that. You'll buy yourself into a bear market, man. You don't buy when coins are below 200-day moving average. You buy when you've rounded the bottom. See, we made the right decisions. When the market had bottomed, we called the bottom. I know how to call bottoms. Like, I've been doing it for years, man. All coins rip down below. You get on the 3-day chart. You're below the 200 MA. You watch the consolidation. You buy, and then you get a bull run. They don't come back down and lose key levels that they lost 2 years ago. Like, that doesn't happen. That's not sustained. That's not an uptrend. And I trade trends. The trends you're referring to is not. That is not an uptrend. So I don't know what to tell you, but it is what it is. I bought Pendle 560 days ago, found it in an old wallet yesterday, took the gains and sat in USD for the moment. Up 10x, but man, that double top, wow. Yeah. And we just had the biggest liquidation in history, and then, like, is there going to be more? It's weird, right? I'm never selling my Bitcoin. So everyone's hearing me right now. I'm showing you the market. I'm not running to sell Bitcoin. I'm not panic selling my Chainlink or my Solana. I'm not going to, but I will maybe get rid of some coins that are not performing well. 100%. I'm okay with shaving off the fat. All right. Looks like I'm going to be selling my Caspa, like all of it. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm done. I'm moving on to. I'm very close. I'm gonna have a talk with my wife, and I'm done. It lost the neckline. It's over, man. I'm taking my money that I have, and I'll put it in a down payment to a home that I can live in. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it's gonna have to V-shape recovery out of nowhere in the next 10 days or something. Like, that's going down here. And I'll be honest, they botched the ERC20. One of the dudes was like super political and messing up the entire community. And you've lost this high volume node. And you can see there's clearly a gap here. There's no support for it. I don't even know why it's hanging out right there right now. I mean, and if anything, it looks like it's going to make like a descending triangle, like almost more of a don't. And again, I am panicked, you're selling the bottom, but man, like, watch the rant that Dennis went in this morning, and you'll understand what, yeah. I went and rode my bike and lifted weights, took your advice, and turned it into a reality. Feeling great today, staying positive. I love you, man. I'll keep opening shorts on the way down. That's what has to happen now. We got to use this to make money. Why are nobody happy about this? Dips are gifts. Dips are gifts if you want to accumulate BTC. Because I had a 2-year plan to make 500 mil, turn 500,000 into 500 grand, 5 mil with these altcoins. All right. You could have read it, Sammy. That's his name. Who? I don't know what he's saying. Sometimes you got to cut the losers. Yep. What if that's just the liquidation on cash? It looks like a liquidity sweep of the previous lows. I trade support and resistance. When you lose a key support of resistance, you drop to the next one 90% of the time. Caspa's going to 4 cents, 6 cents. You know what I mean? Like, I panic sold everything, mostly master. I take my chances to buy back later. Hopefully it's not the bottom here now. I looked at master and it looked like it had bottomed to me a week or two ago. MicroStrategies. Again, now if you look at it, it's in a symmetrical triangle. Everything's in this like, whoa, man. You know, these mainly dump. Again, that bottom did bounce right there from 279 all the way to 408. I did call that bottom. But now it's looking sketchy. Oversold, though. The 3-day chart's super oversold. Usually you get a bounce, you have a higher low. I'm doing everything I can to keep the faith, to keep the hope, to keep my mind like positive on this chart action, but it's very, very difficult. And I'd rather just be open about it to each and every one of you guys than hide it and say, hey, this is, you know. So I'm going to end today with saying that it's likely we're going to dump. And I'd be more surprised if we don't go to 87,000 than if we do, you know. So everything's going to tank. Jasmine, it's all going to tank. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care. This is full on across the board, just complete obliteration. Only the people that don't do technical analysis are still believing we're in a bull run. Anyone that does TA knows what's up, man. Anyone that doesn't do TA is playing games right now. They're like, oh, you know, everything's going to bounce, just a matter of time. And again, what I'm telling you is we don't have to ride the ship with everybody else. We don't have to hold and watch it go all the way down. We can get out. It could pump up huge. The market can recover. And then it's going to have a retracement to us, you know, a support of resistance. And that's when we can re-enter the market. And then we can get back into the bull run with everybody else in that. But we do not have to ride it to the ground. Now, you do whatever makes you happy, but I'm done riding things to the ground. I'd rather pay myself and get back in at a higher low. I'm okay with missing that initial pump. You see? XCN looks interesting to me. It's getting very tight. And every time this thing gets tight, we know what happens to it. And the daily looks good. It's riding the 21-day moving average. Like if anything was hot, like XCN looks hot and Hyperliquid looked hot to me recently. This looks like it may do a nice pump, but look, it's also shoulder, head, shoulder in him. And if Bitcoin dumps, it'll dump right back down to 0.12. It's high risk right now, everybody. I'm not even DCAing anymore. I'm done DCAing. I'm not DCAing into coins. I'm not doing it. I'm done. Like, I know when to DCA to coins. This is not the time anymore. Right? The time was when Bitcoin was low, when we started to make a move. I feel if you didn't have your positions yet, I would chill. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. Right? Someone says Caspa's about to rip in everyone's face. I hope so, man. I hope you're right. Last week I was buying Bitcoin. I'll buy Bitcoin. Right now I would buy BTC for sure. No problems buying Bitcoin. The fear and greed's at 49. I like it down. It looks like we're going to get a dump. The fear and greed's going to get somewhere down here. That's the buy zone, personally. And it just looks like new altcoins are going to enter the market. The altcoin market's going to change. It's not the same market that we had before. It's just not. And look at Bitcoin just sitting sideways now from like a whole... Look, it's been sideways now for a while. It's attempting to do an inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute time frame. But even to me, that's a bear flag, right? And that takes you down to $95,000. So, yeah. XE sent bounce too. No one can stop it. It's BlackRock's own coin. Well, I hope so, man. So everybody, I'll leave you with bearishness today. If you want to know what's going to happen, I would watch your 1 minute time frame. Just observe. If the 1 minute could bounce, you get back above here, then there's a chance we can make this bigger inverted. And we are going to bounce off the bottom of the channel. If you get tighter and tighter, you start to loop, you're dumping. So the 1 minute will tell you what's going to happen. Watch it. All right. Yeah. Come on, Biddy, get your butt moving. Yeah. Shout out to everyone that gave a super chat. Shout out to everyone that hooked me up today. I greatly appreciate it. Much love to everybody here on the show. All right. $169 in chat revenue, 1,000 likes. And I would love it if we bounce. But, man, it doesn't I've seen this playbook before, and I don't see any support. I don't see any support, so all I can tell you is what I see. I can't make stuff up here, all right? Let's look at BTC ETH. Or ETHBTC. Yeah, look at that. ETHBTC about to dump. So when the market's going to dump, and again, Bitcoin dominance looks like it's about to soar. It is, raw, because altcoins are about to dump right now. I'm telling you, man. Bitcoin gets dumps right now. Altcoins are going to dump so hard. And Bitcoin dominance is going to rip. And look, this doesn't look good. It looks like we're in for some massive dumping. I say a dump is coming, everybody. Be careful. People don't like me for saying it. I'll check back into the trading group throughout the day. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here in these tough times. It's not easy at all. Secure your bag. Watch the market. Don't listen to crypto Twitter. They're out of their minds. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful, amazing live stream. Remember, we have screen share has been moved. The private screen share will be moved to Saturday morning. I have friends in town and people are around that I'd like to see. I haven't seen in like 10 years. So it's kind of a big deal for me. So that's why I wouldn't do that unless it was like a long-term friend. So everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. I'll see you tomorrow. May God bless each and every one of you.